Leia, are you okay? You woke up with a start and a scream.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay. I had a really bad nightmare last night.
Oh no.
But Brandon, where are we? We went to sleep in that really nice, cozy and clean bedroom area, and now
Yeah. I know. Now we're in this disgusting and dirty basement, which, again, has passing familiarities to our basement. I woke up a little earlier. My leg is still kind of aching, and that's when I noticed our kind of weird location here. I didn't want to wake you, though, since you were sleeping so soundly. Maybe I
thanks.
should have.
My nightmare was so unsettling, and now I'm waking up here. It's got to be more than coincidence.
Okay, you know what? Now I have to hear this nightmare. Can you relay any of it at all, please? I'm going to check this place out a bit while you do.
Well, it's pretty clear, so I have a pretty good memory of it. But from what I remember, I started out at this carnival at night, and I was all alone. The lights around the park were kind of dim and sort of blinking, and I could smell notes of carnival food, like cotton candy, deep fried snacks. But the scent was kind of mixed with a sour, almost kind of fetid stench.
Ugh.
My walk through the carnival led straight to like this fun house, and I remember not wanting to go in. It seemed so kind of eerie and scary. The music was like kind of slow and distorted, and I could hear like the sound of children laughing from inside, but like not joyful, like really unnerving kind of laughing.
Yeah, I'd feel that too.
Yeah. And I was suddenly, like in a dream, how you suddenly get transposed into a place.
Yeah, like you're one place and then another.
Yeah, suddenly I was in the fun house. And I was walking down the hall of the house, and it started to almost fall apart and look more and more terrifying, kind of like Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of the hall, I found myself surrounded by a bunch of mirrors. And everywhere I looked, I saw me staring back at myself. But some reflected my true, like, really scared face, and others looked back at me with a twisted grin and some real mischievous laughter.
That's one of my worst fears.
Yeah, it was unnerving. I started to run because I was trying to find an escape from the claustrophobia I was feeling in that really reflective corridor. As I weaved and I turned down the lowly lit passages and the strobe light flickering hallways, I heard like a scraping behind me, like metal on a mirror. Chills ran up and down my body, and every hair stood on end. I mean, just goosebumps everywhere.
I'm getting that right now, even.
I managed to find my way back outside, but ahead of me, the path kind of stopped at like a Tim Burton-esque type striped tent.
Ooh, yeah.
And there were like really high fences and barbed wire and rusty spikes around me, which kind of just forced me to enter the tent because I couldn't go anywhere else.
Yeah, not gonna climb those.
I wasn't going to go back. And then I heard like the sound of twisted, kind of mangled carnival music playing. And so since crawling into a hole was not an option,
Sure.
I crept inside to face the unknown terror that was engulfed in the darkness. Slowly, the lights began to flicker to life. The interior began to take shape around me, and I could hear the shallow kind of breathing of a number of what sounded like people.
Ooh.
And then from the shadows, numerous disgusting, warped clown faces seemed to materialize around me.
Oh, clowns
You
again.
know how I feel about clowns.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that.
The other creepy thing was that the tent walls almost kind of pulsed every time the clowns took a breath.
Ugh.
Almost as if they kind of shared the same respiratory system.
Ugh. No way.
Yeah, it was gross. The lighting was straight out of one of the scariest horror films. It kind of accentuated the clowns' gaping grins.
Gross.
And their teeth were sharp, and they were all giggling and laughing uncontrollably as if I had missed a really good clown joke. I was so scared, I started to feel myself well up with tears. I looked around for any sign if there was any way out or a safe place to go. I even thought about you. I remember thinking I'd rather be anywhere but here.
Yeah, undeniably.
And then I noticed one clown that stood out from the rest. It was wearing like a dirty brown fedora. It had like a clown jumper with like a moth-eaten, soiled red and green banded woolen suit. Its face was kind of scarred, but painted white with an exaggerated smile. And on one hand, there was like this glove brandishing 5 really sharp blades.
Oh.
Something suddenly kind of like struck me at that moment that I was definitely having a nightmare.
Yeah.
I didn't have a plan, but I charged at the clown with the fedora. It called at me, it taunted me with belittling words and threats. And just as I got close, it lifted its glove hand, it swiped.
Oof.
I don't understand how, but I instinctively ducked away and managed to push past it. And then, fighting the urge to close my eyes, I noticed in its non-bladed hand, it was holding a camcorder tape.
What?
Yep. I was feeling compelled to get it, because, you know,
Yeah, that's
camcorder
a thing
tape.
the last few days.
So I reached out and I grabbed it, and we had like a struggle. It took another swing at me, but then in the struggle, I missed it again. And then I grabbed for the tape again, and I managed to pry the tape loose from his hand. I heard the maniac clown behind me screaming with anger, shouting,
You little bitch!
Yeah.
And then the monster shoved me away, and I held the tape tight, and I felt myself fall backwards into the heater. It was like a heater in the room, like
Yeah.
a really hot heater. And I felt like it stinging and burning me and causing me a lot of pain. And then suddenly I woke up, and I found myself here, next to you, holding this.
What? Leia. Oh my god. So the title on the tape, did you just have a friggin' showdown with Freddy in a nightmare?
I sure did.
And you survived.
I did.
Wow, okay. I'm deeply impressed.
I just had to do my best to channel in my inner Nancy.
Just an idol to emulate for sure. Holy cow. Shit. Good on you. I guess now we may as well start the day with some celebratory breakfast and a movie, right?
We gotta watch this movie.
Yeah.
I went through all that.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna watch that movie now. I mean, like you said, we have to.
You know, fun fact.
Yeah.
Freddy's red and green sweater that he wears in that movie,
Yeah.
it was actually supposed to be red and yellow.
Really?
Yep, but Wes Craven, he had actually read an article in Scientific American that the most contrasting colors to the human retina are red and green. So that's why he went with red and green instead of red and yellow.
For a more kind of unsettling look.
Mhm.
Ah.
Yep.
All right, I get it. But I do know, I don't know a whole lot of facts about this movie in particular, but there's one that I feel worth mentioning because it sort of relates to our current surroundings.
Yeah.
So all the boiler room footage in that film was shot in the Los Angeles Lincoln Heights jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and shortly after filming had wrapped, that building was condemned due to high levels of asbestos. So I'm really hoping there's not a whole bunch of asbestos here in this room.
It's probably just fake asbestos. It's prop asbestos.
Hopefully so.
Yeah. We talked about Evil Dead 2, and I remembered a fact about that as well.
A few days ago.
Because I remember watching the movie Evil Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have Freddy's glove
Oh, right.
hanging in the work shed in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, and in this movie, Heather is watching a scene from the Evil Dead 1
All
to
right.
keep herself awake. Wow. I didn't realize about the glove in Evil Dead 2. That's awesome. Yeah.
Connections. I love connections. I
That's
love
so super cool.
movie connections.
Oh, me too.
I don't know why. It just tickles the right spot.
Yeah, and I'm not going to go into it, but I can think of all of the sort of non-canon ways that this movie connects to a few other films as well.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we'll cover that at another time.
Maybe, yeah.
That's going to take a lot more brain power to connect together than I have this morning after your really crazy
It
dream
was
there.
frightful. I don't think I slept.
No, I imagine.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I feel like I was running all night.
basically were if,
Huh.
if it was indeed a Freddy occurrence, which I can't imagine any other way that you would have gotten a hold of that tape. I mean, we've seen in the Nightmare on Elm Street films, we've seen Nancy bring stuff from the nightmare world into reality.
Mhm.
So that truly must have been.
Nothing's impossible down here anymore.
Certainly not.
Well,
Whew.
anyway, how's that food situation? Speaking of tired, I am also very hungry.
Yeah, a lot of nightmare energy expended.
Yes.
So I do have some snacks here for you, and I'm gonna.
Did you
get
say
this-
steaks?
Steaks?
Did you say steaks?
I wish we had some steaks.
Oh, damn. What did you say?
Snacks.
Oh.
Yeah. Do we have
Bummer.
any steak knives? Did you happen to bring some steak knives
Mm.
through? No. Oh, that's too bad.
We didn't have any steak to use them with
Yeah,
anyways,
no,
so.
that's true. But I'll get this movie going. Here's some snacks for you.
Thank
I
you.
apologize. It's not something more gourmet.
It's okay. I'll survive. Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows these days? But yeah, let's get some food and the movie going, and then we'll face the next door for whatever terror is going to pop up in our face next.
All right.